The Salarians were the second species to discover the Citadel, and aside from the Asari, one of the most influential species in the Milky Way galaxy. A warm-blooded amphibian race with a hyperactive metabolism, they hail from the planet Surkesh, a humid, lush green world that closely resembles Earth's own rainforests. Unlike the Asari, however, the Salarians were not elevated by the Protheans during their development, but were nearly hunted to extinction as prey for the Protheans, who were partial to a bit of Solarian liver, considering it to be a delicious delicacy. It was thanks to the arrival of the Reapers, who hunted the Protheans to near extinction, that the Salarians survived and were allowed to develop and evolve into one of the most technologically advanced species in the Mass Effect universe. The Salarians have had a huge impact on the history and development of several species. Most notable, however, is their controversial history with the Krogan. The Salarians were responsible for advancing the development of the primitive Krogan species for use as soldiers during the Rachni Wars. They were also behind the creation of the genophage bioweapon the Turians used to quell the Krogan rebellions several centuries later, which had a devastating effect on the Krogan, resulting in 1 in 10 births being stillborn. Salarians think fast, talk fast, and move fast. To Salarians, other species seem sluggish and dull-witted. They are known for their observational capability and non-linear thinking. This manifests as an aptitude for research and espionage. They are constantly experimenting and inventing, and it is generally accepted that they always know more than they're letting on. Solarians are a bipedal species that stand slightly taller than humans. They are notable for 2 large eyes and a set of horns at the top of their head. They lack a protruding nose or ears, and their eyelids move up rather than down. Interestingly, the Solarians bear a striking resemblance to many of the first alien sightings found in human folklore. Solarians are noted for their high-speed metabolism, which allows them to function on just 1 hour of sleep a day. Their minds and bodies work faster than most sapient races, making them seem restless or hyperactive. The drawback of this active metabolism, however, is a short lifespan of around 40 human years. In terms of reproduction, the Solarians are amphibian haplodiploid egg layers. Unfertilized eggs produce males, and fertilized eggs produce females. Once a year, a Solarian female will lay a clutch of a dozen eggs. Social rules, however, prevent all but a fraction from being fertilized. As a result, 90% of the species is male. Due to their method of reproduction, Solarians have no concept of romantic love, sexual attraction, or the biological impulses and social rituals that complicate human lives.
Aware you come by a great deal. Have had other species become attracted to me before. Awkward. Not interested.
Male-female relationships are rare due to the scarcity of females and more akin to human friendship. Sexuality is strictly for the purpose of reproduction. Ancient social codes determine who get to fertilize eggs, which produces more daughters to continue a bloodline. Fertilization generally only occurs after months of negotiation between the parents' clans and is done for the purpose of political alliance. Solarians have photographic memories and rarely forget a fact. They also possess a form of psychological imprinting. Silurian Hatching is a solemn ritual in which the Dalatras, the closest equivalent would be a matriarch, isolates herself with the eggs. The newly born Solarians psychologically imprint on her and tend to defer to her wishes, remaining fiercely loyal to her throughout the rest of their life. During the hatching of daughters, however, the Delatresses of the mother and father's clans are present at the imprinting. This ensures that the offspring has equal loyalty to both, ensuring the desired dynastic and political unity. The rare Solarian females are cloistered on their worlds out of tradition and respect, and very rarely go out into the outside world. Powerful female Delatresses are political kingpins. They determine the political course of their respective regions through shrewd negotiation. Though male Solarians rise to positions of great authority in business, academia, or the military, they rarely have any input on politics. Solarian names are also quite complex. A full name includes, in order, the name of a Solarian's planet, duchy, barony, fiefdom, family, and finally the given name. Next, let's look at the government. The Solarian government, also known as the Solarian Union, is a complex web of matrilineal bloodlines and political alliances formed through interbreeding. In many ways, the Solarian political network functions much like the noble families of Earth's medieval Europe. Structurally, the government consists of fiefdoms, baronies, duchies, planets, and marches. Each area is ruled by a single delegatress. Solarian society also functions around complex circles and political alliances. Approaching 100 members, the first circle of a Solarian's clan comprises of parents, siblings, uncles, aunts, and cousins. The next circle includes second cousins, for example, and can stretch to well over 1,000 members. The fourth or fifth circle of a clan numbers into the millions. Solarian loyalty is greatest to their first circle and diminishes from there. Their photographic memories allow Solarians to recognize all their myriad relatives. Let's talk a little about the Solarian military history. Before they joined the Citadel Council, the Solarians' most potent military tool was a small reconnaissance team known as the League of One. Their primary training was in espionage and assassination. Never more than a dozen strong, the team was adept at infiltrating the tightest defences and eliminating all necessary obstacles. Only a few top members of government and military were privy to the League's identities. League members wore no distinguishing garments and held no particular rank. The only evidence of their participation in the League was a small medallion presented to each member upon induction. This secrecy was maintained until the formation of the Council. In an effort to dispel rumours and appease their new Asari partners, the Solarian Union released all classified documents pertaining to the League. The League of One was suddenly exposed and in danger of being hunted by enemies of the Salarians. Before any harm could be done, the team mysteriously disappeared. Most assumed this was a convenient lie to help hide their identities, but a few months later the inner cabinet was murdered. Though there was no incriminating evidence, it was clear who was responsible. Realizing the threat posed by this rogue outfit, the Special Task Group dispatched a team of hunters. When they didn't return, the STG dispatched 10 of its brightest operators with broad discretionary powers. Only 2 returned. They reported no evidence of the League. No further incidents were reported, and it was assumed that the League was wiped out. Some recently declassified documents, however, have suggested that there may have been a 13th member who eluded the Solarian military. From the ashes of the League of One, the STG, or Special Task Group, was formed, a group that the Council Spectres was heavily based upon. Solarian intelligence field agents are grouped into this organization, and they work in independent cells performing dangerous missions such as counter-terrorism, infiltration, reconnaissance, assassination, and sabotage. The STG is a proactive organization puncturing worrisome trends before they become movements. At any time, a dozen groups are operating covertly within the lawless terminus systems, sowing dissent among the various factions. STG operators are feared throughout the galaxy for their clear-eyed, remorseless practicality. They are willing to do whatever it takes to achieve their mission, even if it kills civilians or results in the team's own destruction. In many ways, they are akin to the Council Spectres. In principle, the Solarian military is similar to the Alliance, a small volunteer army that focuses on maneuver warfare. What differentiates the Solarians is not their equipment or doctrine, but their intelligence services and rules of engagement. The Solarians believe that a war should be won before it begins. Conventional wisdom holds that the Solarians know everything about everyone, and this is not far from the truth. In war, the unquestioned superiority of their intelligence services allows them to use their small military to maximum effectiveness. Well before fighting breaks out, they possess complete knowledge of their enemy's positions, intentions, and timetable. In every war the Solarians have fought, they struck first and without warning. For the Solarians, to know an enemy's plans to attack and let it happen is folly. To announce their own plans to attack is insanity. They find the human moral concepts of do not fire until fired upon and declare a war before prosecuting it incredibly naive. In defensive wars, they execute devastating preemptive strikes hours before the enemy's own attacks. On the offensive, they have never telegraphed their intentions with a declaration of war before attacking. Biotics are virtually unknown in the Solarian military. Those with such abilities are considered too valuable to be used as cannon fodder and assigned to the intelligence services. While capable of defending themselves against most threats, the Solarians know that they are small fish in a universe filled with sharks. As a point of survival, they have cultivated strong alliances with large powers, particularly the Taurians. Though the relationship between the two species was rocky at first, due to the Krogan uplift fiasco, the Salarians take pains to keep this relationship strong enough that anyone who might threaten them risks Taurian intervention. While the Salarians may not have the military might of the Taurians, it is clear from their intelligence gathering and secret maneuverings in the background that they have had a huge impact upon the galactic stage and the direction it has moved in, and there is no doubt that they will have a huge impact upon the events of Mass Effect Andromeda. So that is everything that we know about the Salarians. I hope you guys found this video interesting. I will be back again next week with another Mass Effect lore video. This one will be focusing upon the Krogans. Hope you guys are having a great week. Take care, and as always, happy gaming.